Today I want to do a brief demo on this particular item here. It is the Seiko World Time Touch Sensor. I just want to talk a little about it, and then I just want to end this video. So I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible, and I just want to go over some things with you. And I'm going to have my little pointer over here. First I want to talk about the condition of this item. The item is in fair condition. I don't know when this item was made or not, but I just want to point out some little flaws it has on before we get more into it. The condition overall is okay. It's clean, somewhat clean, but well, I'm going to say somewhat clean. It is pretty clean considering for the ages. Again, I don't know when it was made, but if you look over here where my pointer is over here, there is like a little flaw within the plastic. This is all plastic over here, but there's like a little flaw there. I don't know if this was damaged or dropped or whatever, but it's got like a little marking in there. And over here to the side here, we have a little wear on here, okay, in this area here. And the other thing I want to point out with this unit here is there looks like adhesive was here. I don't know if this is from the manufacturer, if when they put this faceplate on here, or if the person who previously owned it did it. But apparently it looks like some adhesive had oozed out on the side here. I didn't want to touch it. I mean, some people may try to take a razor blade and cut it, but I was afraid to do that there, because if not, if you don't do it right, you could scratch the glass, well, this plastic here, and then you'll have glass, you'll have a streak going across here. So I didn't touch this here. Maybe if you are the lucky buyer and you got a steady hand, you could do that there, but I was not going to do that there. Okay, so right now, as far as the floors, you got, like I said again, just recapping, you got this one over here. There's a floor on the top plastic part over here. You got the adhesive that's over here, and you can see that there, and you got a little marking over here, a little wear mark. All right, this is the touch screen. Everything, from what I understand, works, to be honest with you. This is the zone over here. I'm going to use the pointer again. This is the zone here, what you got. You got the date. Here it says, well, the date wasn't set on here properly. I didn't set the date properly here, but it says 5/12. And what happens is with the touch screen, each time you touch this screen here, it'll bring you to that time zone. So let's go now. Like I said again, it all works. It depends where you're touching it and how you're touching it. Let's, for example, let's go to the United States and let's check over here. You can't. Let me see if I can zoom in over here really quick here. You'll see what I'm talking about here. I'm going to try to get this as quick as I'm going to try to move this over here. So I want to pan it around so you see what I'm talking about. All right, let's focus in over here, and then I'm going to zoom back out. As you can see here, well, I think I'm zoomed in a little too quick. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. Let me just zoom out of here. Okay, I don't know if you can see that there pretty good. All right. Well, let me get the one that you can see here really good here. I'm looking at my screen here. Let's check out the one for Zone 7 here. Okay, let's look at this one here, Zone 7. All right. Now, look at the, I'm going to move it up. You see the zone there, right? Okay, you can see it there. Now, when we touch Zone 7, this should change to Zone 7, okay? And it also depends where you move it on here. Like if you get it, I went through each one of them. It goes from 2 all the way to 27. That's how many zones they have here, at least on this particular model. And it also depends where you're touching it. So I'm going to try touching Zone 7, and as you can see, it did change to Zone 7, okay? It's right over here, and I touched it. Let's go back. I'll show you again that it does work. That's Zone 3. Again, sometimes you got to make sure you're getting right in there, like that's Zone 2, okay, and that's anchorage. All right, if you're a person that has a big hand or something like that, you might end up hitting both of them at the same time, and therefore it might not work right. So, like me, I have to. If you use a stylus pen, that would probably be a good way to go. But with this here in particular, you see over here, it's very narrow on top for Zone 3. What you want to do, I found out, if you want to make this thing work and be accurate, go to the widest part of it and then click it on, okay? If you go too much to the top, it's going to probably bring you to another one. Say I went to Zone 4. That's the only thing with working with this here. It's not that it's defective. You got to go to the wider part, because they're so close together, the time zones are so close together that when you hit it, it might throw you off. It does work though. But like here for Zone 4, let's go back to Zone 3. I touch this part here, the wider part, and it'll bring it to that zone. Okay, so this works. I went through all of the zones. They do work. Okay, the reason why it's not accurate right now is because I didn't set the time in here. All right, so let me back out here really quick. And for those of you who are wondering, this video, for all intents and purposes, is for the potential buyers. It's to go over the condition of the item. It's to show you that the item does work. And that's why I do these videos. And this video here is going to be on the Shop RJPASINI for Great Deals YouTube channel. I'm going to be leaving it up there. I'm not going to take it down even after the unit sells, because somebody might have one of these things in and might want to know how to work it. So I'm going to leave it up, okay? Anyway, all right, so now we got that there. And again, it's the Seiko World Time Touch Sensor. So let's turn this around really quick here. Let's go over here really quick. I'm going to turn it on its side. Okay, in the back, I should say. And as you can see here, without zooming in too quick here, I'm going to zoom in a little here. I'm going to try to zoom in close as possible without distorting the video here. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see here if you can see that. All right. My camera, it's a 700 zoom lens here. But anyway, over here, if you can't see it, but right over here, it says Japan. This is made in Japan. And it says a reference number QNS 901G, and I guess it's CAL, it looks like, .YJ20. Okay, and it's got some other little numbers here. I can't see, I have to use a magnifying glass. But anyway, so let me back out of here really quick here. All right, and I'm sorry if I'm driving you guys crazy. I'm moving my camera around here. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. Okay, so it does take batteries, but I'm not going to include the batteries with this here for the simple reason it will make the unit heavy as it is. It'll make it more heavier. So what you're going to do is you're going to pop this out over here. This will come out. Now, what's nice about this unit here, let me zoom in over here really quick, and you're going to see it has the instructions in here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. I don't know. Sometimes when I do videos, they come out dark for some reason. I don't know. I have the contrast. I have the it's supposed to be zero lux camera, but sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. Here are the instructions. However, you can look it up in the you can see the instructions on the within the photos. The photos come out pretty good on this here, okay? And it's telling you how to you know, how to work it. All right. So yeah, that's what that comes with there. Now it does require two. Whoops. Let me back out here again. I'm not doing too good today, am I? It does require two AA batteries. Okay. Now here, it's funny, like a lot of people probably think when you got the unit, you're going to do all the settings on the top here, like a touch screen here. The only thing, these ain't touch screens. This is only this part is. So you're going to do all your adjustments right over here. Let me move this over here. I'm going to face my camera down. And again, I'm going to try to get this as best I can here, folks. I do apologize. Let me just scooch this over just a little bit and go over here. Here is where you're going to make your adjustments for your clock, okay, for all time settings. And of course, you're going to set it for the New York time, I would think. All right, they give you the instructions here, very, very basic. But here's where you're going to set. You got A, B, and C, right? Or A, B. Well, it looks like it's not even C. It looks like A, B, and 0. Okay. And then it tells you over here what else it's got on here. I guess it's just a number there. Okay. Anyway, yeah, you're going to have to do all your adjustments in here. Okay. And I think the instructions will tell you on it. I think it's pretty much self-explanatory. Yeah, I think it's pretty much self-explanatory with that part there. I'm sure once a time, the minutes. I don't know if the other one is the 0, but you can figure that one out. But otherwise, that's all I can tell you about this unit right now. The batteries will not be included here with this item for the simple reason is it'll create more weight, and I don't want you guys to pay more for shipping than what it actually is. Remember, ounces turn to pounds, and believe it or not, you might think, oh well, what can 2 batteries cost, right? You know, how much weight could it be? But it does, though. It makes a difference, and I like to, you know, give my buyers a better deal as far as like that when it comes to shipping. I mean, you know, it's probably a little trivial thing, but for the most part, I feel like that's the best thing to do. I really, as a rule, I don't really include batteries with these items I sell for the simple reason I use them for testing out other electronic items. So, you know, that's one of the reasons. The other reason is because it'll create more weight, and you know, therefore the postage, being you're the buyer, you'll be paying more additional postage. So I'd rather keep it as cheap as possible and let you get it on your end over there. And hopefully, you know, everything should work good with this here. When I remove the batteries, I can see, of course, the timing is going to go off and stuff like that. So, you know, don't be alarmed. It's going to work. But that is basically it. And I'm going to close this video out. And again, it is for the Seiko World Time Touch Sensor. Okay, guys. So thank you for stopping in and checking out while you're here. Or I should say, if you go check out this here, my other, check out my other items I have listed on eBay as well. My eBay user ID, if you would like to look me up by seller, it's shop-rjpasini-for-great-deals. A lot of dashes, right? I know. All right. But anyway, this is Rich Pasini signing off. Until next time, bye-bye for now.